screens. We're out here displaying on my customized 129-inch gaming screen. And then next to that, we have over here I think I haven't measured the size of that one yet. I think it's like 56, I think 80, about 80 inches. I got to measure it now. On our stucco screen. Of course, we're always in a 40 lit environment. Down here, as I said before, this is the max out zone. Meters don't pick up down here. Let me turn this down some. And as I always show you at the end of the day, well, not the end of the day, beginning of the day, that what gray screen paints cannot do. As I said before, our screens are not stuck in dark environments with overpriced, high-powered projectors because we don't need them. As I did this demonstration with the lights out, we can do it with the lights on with no problem whatsoever. And again, check out the screen sizes. Let me get you guys on the charge real quick because I have to go upstairs. I have to spray an acoustic screen, which is mine, which I'm going to be using it for rear projection demonstrations outside. And as we're walking back and forth, we're walking on the 180-inch screen. As I told you before, we can roll chairs over this at the end of the day. It does not crack or peel. I can actually use this as my floor as I walk around. And also, too, hanging up when I get later on for outside. So let me get a charge in here real quick for you guys. And then I got to set up upstairs. Now, as the next couple of months rage on, we're going to be showing you why you don't want to go near gray screen paint products and why they can't back them up. When I tell you that I'm a professional in the field of gray screen paint products, trust me, I can back that up also too. If I tell you this is a product that cannot see contrast level, can't see color, trust me, I know. But if any of these people who make these gray screen paint products are professional at the end of the day, I would sure like to see any companies backing you. Any. And of course there's none. So we all know the deal from there. All right, let's throw meters out in the middle of the floor, which I like to do. These are the meters right here we like to use. As I said before, I've seen people using these meters. They cheat. As I said before, meters are never supposed to be in direct line of the projector because any light from the projector can disrupt the count. They're not supposed to be sitting in bookcases near doors or near windows. They should lay flat on the floor with nothing disrupting it at all, period. And if you are doing it correctly and you are producing enough light, your meter should automatically max out. Here we go. Meter on the floor. What do we got? We are completely maxed out. That shows you how much light my screens are actually taking in the environment. Now, for those of you who want to sit there and say, well, he's using high-end projectors, well, we did a demonstration a couple of days ago on a 1,000 projector. I'll post that below so you can check it out. So while you guys are watching this, I gotta go upstairs and I gotta take care of a screen. So I'm gonna do something different for that video over there. For heat demonstrations. So I think we got some warm weather today. So I'm gonna pop outside and see what the screen looks like. I do want to take that one down and put the 180-inch we have on the floor, but it depends if the ground is muddy and saturated. We'll see. I like to get that light in the shot too. There we go. And as I said before, for those of you that are buying projection screen setups for the first time, do not be fooled by fake ambient light projection demonstrations.
These are in bloom at Raymore and Flanagan. Get up to 30%.
These are going to be demonstrations, hold on for a minute. These are going to be demonstrations where You're going to see pockets of dark areas in the environment. The screen's not taking on any real light at the end of the day. And on top of that, like I said, overpriced high-end projectors. My projector for this one, $500. My projector for this one, $270. We didn't have to drop $3,300 on a projector to make the screen look good. Which means any one of my customers can come and relate to this. You want to hear something crazy? 720p, 1080p. Couldn't tell one from another, could you? That just shows at the end of the day that my customers, if they choose to get a 720p, the screen's going to look amazing. If they choose to get 1080p, the screen's going to look incredible. We don't have to depend on expensive calibrated projectors, dark environments to make our screens look good. I can come and do this on a max out zone, easily. This wall over here is light stucco. This wall over here is fabric. So you have to make sure when you're watching these demonstrations of people claiming that their screens can take on ambient light. Now, like I said, you want to make sure there's no windows being blocked. You want no dark pockets or corners in the environment. We don't basically advertise these windows. Why? My kitchen extends over top of the windows, connect them to my deck. That's not really going to bring in any real window light. It brings in some, but not any real light. This right here is what brings in the light. That is an overhead work fluorescent light. You know, the kind you have at your job or office. That's how bright that light is. That light is literally so bright that it actually maxes out the meter. That's what's maxing out the meter right now. Just stand here a little better. So that's why we request for the meters to lay on the floor. Because when they have the meters on a bookcase or on a shelf, they mean they have it in some kind of line of light, or it's cheating in the demonstration. By laying it on the floor and having it away from the windows, having it away from the projectors, that means that light is going to have to come from overhead. And you're going to have a lot of light in the environment to get a meter to max out that's laying flat to the floor, which means you can't cheat in the demonstrations. Now, one of the demonstrations I saw, they had the meter sitting right here in the front. They had all these lamps hitting the screen, talking about, well, we got the lamps here to show that the screen can take in all this ambient light. Yeah, but at the same time, all those lamps are hitting the meter at the same time with the projector, which means you're cheating in the demonstration. Meters need to lay flat in the middle of the floor. That's where they need to be at. No windows, no doors, nothing disrupting the meter count. The light from here is hitting from there only and dispersing all the way around. So if you're using a real ambient light environment, you should have your meter should be maxed out, number one. And it should be nowhere near your screens, nowhere near any windows. And if you see a person pointing to a window, claiming there's ambient light coming from a window, there should be no objects, bookcases, lamps. I've seen it all kinds of stuff, disrupting any light coming through. Anybody showing shades at the end of the day, shades should always be straight, never on a slant. Like I said, how the light travels, it'll hit that slant, go straight down. It'll give it the illusion that there's light coming through when the light is being redirected. Ask questions. Say, hey, look, can you open the shade so I can see objects on the other end? Can you turn and show me the entire environment? Just because you flash a remote control on camera is not good enough. What I noticed in some demonstrations, they directed it at one wall in one section in the environment, knowing that was the wall that was showing the most light. But the mistake they made is when they wanted to go turn the camera around, there was a huge dark pocket of shadow all along here and all up and down there, which means your environment was not fully lit. This is a fully lit environment. If the environment wasn't fully lit, that meter sitting on the floor wouldn't be able to max out. We don't count this at all, period. If I open up the door, I don't even count that. Because there's no way in the world the light from the door or from the window is actually going to make contact. And if it does, it's not going to really cause any real disruption at the end of the day. But that overhead light over top, yeah, that will. This is what we call the max out zone down here. You have to make sure you ask those questions. On top of that, a demonstration that's constantly showing ultra short those demonstrations is very, very bad idea. And I'll tell you why. What about people who have long throw? You do know the distance throw between an ultra short and long throw are completely different. So if a person's sitting back at 13 feet, they're going to have a much of a faded image by the time it makes it to the screen because they have a longer distance throw, which means they're going to use more lumens before they make it to the screen, where a projector is going to be sitting closer to the screen. It's going to have less of a distance throw, and they're going to be able to produce a much brighter and sharper image. That's why a lot of companies, when they're showing their screens off, will depend on an ultra short throw. The distance throw isn't there. You're going to be to maintain as many lumens as possible because it's sitting right up on top of the screen compared to a projector that's sitting farther away. It's going to lose more lumens because it has to make that distance throw. That's why. That's another smoke and mirror tricks. If you guys want to start mentioning smoke and mirrors, you do not want me to analyze your videos at the end of the day. Because you're in there using ultra short throws, and out of 100%, 90% of your videos are ultra short throw demonstrations. It clearly shows that basically the reason why you're doing that is because you have to rely on that distance throw. It makes and breaks your screen. So what happens if somebody has to drop that sucker back 30 feet? Then what? Or 27 feet? And that's why I don't like when people typecast and use the same screen over again. You notice we change out of environments. If I want, we can leave here, we can go upstairs, we can drop in any one of the rooms. We have projectors set up through the entire house. Let's see where we want to go at. The freedom to be to go anywhere you want, and I'm maxed out. You know how amazing that is? I can go anywhere I want. I don't have to worry about choosing select videos because I'm afraid my screen's going to wash out. I haven't been to the Alps yet. Let's check out the Alps. I'm going to do a drone flyover too.
I'm John Burke. My job is to teach people how to peel juicy, delicious peels.
Imagine that being your job at the end of the day. Crazy. Oh, as long as you're paying a lot of money for it, whatever. So this is what you need to look for. Because you don't want somebody feeding you a bunch of nonsense at the end of the day, and they just can't back up their products. They're going to feed you wherever they possibly can to get you to sell you that paint. One of the first things you should be asking is, hey, look, you do me a favor, can you do me a demonstration with some network gray? That's what you should be asking. Now, if you're requiring for us, one time we had a troll come in one time, and he said, well, I don't see you doing that demonstration making the black. I said, what did you just say? Did you just say making black, different forms of black paint to put against my screen? What's your email account? Here's a video for you right there. We do these tests already. I do these tests for the sort of fun of it, for having fun. So you should be asking these questions. Some people don't know what questions to ask because, like I said, first time buying a projector, they don't know anything about lumens, don't know anything about contrast, don't know about this, they don't know anything about anything. These are the best customers for these individuals because these are people they can manipulate and cheat. But somebody like me, oh, no. They don't want nobody. They don't want a customer like me. A customer like me is a complete nightmare. Because I will ask you all the questions that you don't want to know at the end of the day. You don't want to answer. Like if you're using a 3300 lumen projector and I got a 720p, am I going to get the same picture quality? Is your projector calibrated at the end of the day? How much ambient light do you have in your environment? How far does your projector sit back? If I go out and buy myself a DMP Supernova, because if I have the money for it, I can buy it. Where's the difference between your product and a certified projection screen? How many certified projection screens have you tested your product? Your product is weatherproof at the end of the day? All kinds of stuff I'm going to ask you at the end of the day about your product. What about your contrast levels? That may be the first thing I might pull up is your contrast. What about your contrast levels? How heavy are your contrast levels? Am I picking actual black or shades of gray? Now, if they tell me, I said, what kind of projector you got? Well, my projector is so and so and so, and I have a 2 million to 1. Oh, you have a 2 million to 1 contrast, so my projector only has a 2,001 contrast. So am I going to get the same contrast that you're getting off yours? Or is that the screen of the projector doing that? They don't want people like me coming in there. That's why we don't XYZ. Man, XYZ, we wouldn't go near those screens with a 10-foot pole. Number one, XYZ, all their demonstrations, or every last one of them, are ultra short throw demonstrations. I can do ultra short throw. If you want to do ultra short throw demonstrations, I can do ultra short throw outside. On a screen size that was never meant for the projector. Now, we did a demonstration on an Optima GT 5500 outside at 140 inches outside. Not inside. So out there, you don't have to worry about any windows being blocked or any doors being, none of that. No, we're outside. As a matter of fact, I might do one. What do we got laying around here? We can hook up. Oh, we got one of those. We just run that out there. We don't need an Optima GT 5500. We can just run over there. $60 projector outside. Because that's what I'm putting on my deck. My deck, I'm putting on 2 ultra short throw projectors. This is what I'm using. Those right there, the NECs. My price tag for my projectors on my deck are going to cost me $280. That's it. One of my screens is going to be 148, and the other screen is going to be probably around 135, because I want a big enough screen for gaming on. I want two back-to-back screens on the deck. Let's go with ooh. Bibbidi bibbidi.
Now, Ocean Spray Fruit Medley. Boom.
But this is what you want at the end of the day. You don't want to spend a lot of money for a projector. You don't want to be stuck in a dark environment. And you definitely want to go through calibrating that crap at the end of the day. Nobody wants to calibrate the projectors at the end of the day, unless you're into that. But most customers, they don't want to calibrate. They want something that can paint to the surface fast and something that'll dry in no time at all, and something's going to give amazing color, and they don't have to spend all this money for a projector. That's the first thing that comes up is, I don't want to spend the money for the projector. I can take it right over to eBay, get your projector for $150, get your projector for $200, $300, and you want a really big boy, bad one, get you one for $500. That's all you got to spend. Or these guys at the end of the day are going to tell you you're going to have to spend $3,000, $2,000, and $1,500 for a projector. For what you spend for $1,500, how many projectors I can have run through my house? Well, we already got that going already. Now this projector we have here on eBay is considered to be a paperweight. That's why I love going into the forum sites. I love showing them these demonstrations. And the first thing they ask me is, what kind of projector are you using? I said, oh, that's a discontinued model. That's a 2014 Christie over there. That's an LW401. They go to look it up and they go, good God, that thing's a freaking paperweight. Yeah, but look what I'm getting. And I go look at your demonstration with your $25,000 JVC, you're in a dark environment. When I ask you to send me a video of turning the lights on, your screen is completely washed out, contrast is going, discoloration, because you're using a gray screen. That's what we call dumbing your projector down. As I said before, how are you saving any money with a gray screen paint? Where? If we do a projector comparison right now for both of y'all, my projectors cost less than yours by a lot. So where would you be saving any money? Said, they sit there and they tell you, and mind, be careful about it. They sit there and tell you that you can calibrate your projector. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's not true. If that was the case, then I could calibrate that projector over there to look just like a Sony $50,000 floor model projector. If that was the case, that's a lie. So how are you going to convert a 1080p projector to make it look like a laser 4K? There you go. You're going to have to spend the money for the projector, or you're going to have to get a model that's higher. This screen paints kind of remind me of, you ever play those games where it's free to play, but you have to pay for perks in order to get certain weapons, armor, and all that stuff to be able to compete with other elite players, or basically at the end of the day, be able to have something, you know, like someone that has like a $3,000 or 3,000 point gun to pay, like I say, paid about 70, 80 bucks for an in-game gun, right? And you start out with these dinky weapons. You do know while you're playing that game, you're going to get slaughtered left and right unless your skill level is extremely good. So you're going to have to spend money for those particular perks so you can at least have an advantage point or even an even playing ground to play against gamers who have deeper pockets. That's pretty much what they're doing to you. So in order for you to achieve that picture quality in that demonstration, you're going to have to pay some money to get that projector or higher to do so. Anything less than that is not going to give you the same quality. So if you want that special armor, you want them armor piercing bullets, you want all that good stuff, then you're going to have to spend some money to get those. You have to drop some money on some coins. I know that. There's a couple games I have played. My goodness, man. I put some time into it. I got to go back to one of my games. I put too much money into the game. But I have paid $800 for armor. Special armor. $800 for in-game armor. Yep. I spent it. Was it worth it? Oh, heck, it was worth it. Because it allowed me to walk through the higher levels with no problem. Do the damage that need to be done and collect and harvest what I need to harvest. It was worth the investment. It's a lot of money. Most I've ever spent on an in-game add-on. But I'm watching these other guys on these other high-end levels to get the weapons and stuff that I needed. They were crushing it in there. They were destroying everything that came back. I'm like, what the freak? What do you guys use? Like, so the armor they had basically gave them the ability to be able to do that. Boost everything up. Everything they had. Maxed everything out. Said, yeah, but the armor's a bit expensive. It's $800. All right, so I went and bought it. Anybody else who didn't have that armor, well, they got slaughtered on that board. I mean, literally got slaughtered. But that's how these games run. The game is free. Anybody can go in and play for free, but the deeper your pockets, the more advantage point you have, which is kind of jacked up at the end of the day. It should come down to skill level, but no, that's how some games are. So that's the same thing you're dealing with when you're doing a gray screen paint. And you're definitely going to be sitting in the dark. I could make this a challenge right now, and they couldn't even pass it. I can make this meter max out. Let me see. We're showing bright levels anyway. We're not doing any contrast levels right now because it's not needed. The screens are black. I like to show the lighter, brighter levels. And we could have you guys do contrast levels only. We'll do snow levels only. That's easy. Meter max out, or we can take it outside. And I'm talking about those small little cubic screens. I'm talking about at least 100. Matter of fact, it should be 100 inches. We're going outside. It should be at least about 140 or higher. 140, 150 or higher. At least the minimum should be 40. And you should be at least about 18 feet back from your screen. The reason why we have to do this is because these are individuals who do these demonstrations that figure out ways to cut corners as much as possible to try to give off and mimic the exact same thing, but they're not. Like I said, they'll cut corners as much as they can, but when they get to a point where we make the challenges where they can't cut corners, they'll ignore them. Like swapping your projector out for 1 year. They're not gonna do it. They need that projector in order to make the screen look good. They have to have it. We downgrade our projectors all the time. And look at this, we got 720p, 1080p. When I sit there and tell my customers, nah, you don't really have to spend money for a 1080p projector if you don't want one. 720p is going to do just well because our product makes 720p projectors look incredible. There you go. Did it with 4K too. I got demonstration doing 4K, 1080p, 4K, and 720p. Comes down to the screen. Told you can have the most expensive projector in the world. If you don't have a proper screen, you don't have a proper picture. So if you want to check real quick, this right here is my Chrissy. Right there, if you can get that on there real quick. I'm gonna take the stand off real quick. See it for yourself. All right, so this right here is the Chrissy. There we go, LW41. You can check that at projectorcentral.com if you want to. Over here, we have my Chrissy LW505. That's 1080p. 1080p, 720p. That's why our customers don't spend a lot of money. Because they can go on eBay and buy themselves a cheap 720p projector and get an amazing image without calibrating, without dark environments, none of that nonsense. Or in the gray screen paint demonstrations, they have to use dark environments to show off contrast levels, that to calibrate projectors, and they have to break the bank to spend the money for a projector that they know that's going to have to make the screen look good, or the screen's going to look like crap at the end of the day. And if you want to display colors in a fully lit environment, like I said, I got a gallon of Bear and I got a gallon of Network Gray. I can do the exact same thing with no problem. Only problem is they can't see contrast, much like a gray screen. Like I said, if you want to upgrade, $500. If you want to keep it, $270. I think we'll do that for next demonstration. 720p, I'm sorry, 1080p, 720p. When we go on the forum sites, we're going to hide the projector. Well, you can't see the projectors anyway. We'll play them back to back so you can figure out which one's which. So no, they're not saving you any money at all. And if you spend $80, $90 for a container of paint, you still have to spend $3,000 to get the same image in the environment, the way it looks. That's spend $3,000 for a projector. Our lowest kit is $209, and my projector would cost me $270. Shoot, my projector upstairs, the next one is $150. Next one I spent for projectors is pretty much next to nothing when you think about it. We got the projector that projects off the ceiling. That's $140. $300 for the Sony. So in there, that was only about $440 for that room. The room in the Star Lounge is $150. That's it for that projector. That's pretty much it. We only have one in there. Kitchen projector cost me $130. And then down here we got $60, $270, $500, and $109. Even that projector right there, that projector cost me the most. That was $700, and that's still cheaper than $3,000. $350, another $140, $500, $270. So the embarrassing part about this is that we're still under $3,000. Like that, taking it.
Little time to get an amazing deal on a new Jeep during the Jeep Celebration.
the end of the day, don't ever talk to me about ambient light rejection. Don't even do ambient light rejection demonstrations around me. I'm not trying to be rude at the end of the day, but I can't stand when people fake their demonstrations. This is how it's supposed to be done, gentlemen. I can have all these screens fire up in here in a max out zone with no problem. 720p, 1080p, with no problem. And if you want to argue about my projector's capability, about them being high-end projectors, we can drop 1,000 in here with no problem and watch a movie. I can do it outside too. I can even surf the internet. I think I'm gonna get a wireless keyboard and mouse for this one. Oh, I found that the freaking what was it? Titan Falls works with my flight stick and pedals. Let's retry you again, because you have a network adapter sitting in the back of you. Let's see what's going on. There we go. That was the internet. We got, all this is running off Wi-Fi. That usually is slow to start up. I gotta check the drivers on that one too. Now, this projector over here sits in eco mode. That sits in eco mode. That's the projector we have over there. Its brightness is only at 9%. This unit. Oh, Steam account's loaded up. That's what it is. Now, for those of you that are buying projection screen paints or screens for the first time, this is how it's supposed to look. Not dark environments, not overpriced projectors, none of that nonsense. And you should be able to apply it to the surface quick and fast. I was able to paint the 180-inch screens, about 180-inch screen, in no time at all. You don't want to spend multiple applications painting something down to a surface. All the other nonsense comes with it. Nobody wants to go through that crap. Instructions so complicated that the people who make it themselves can't even remember. And especially you don't want to buy paint from somebody who doesn't even know how much paint it takes to paint a 300-inch screen at the end of the day. That clearly shows somebody that's a complete noob at the business. Screens are supposed to be fired up in fully lit environments. With the technology we have now in projectors now, there should be no excuse for anyone sitting in a dark environment. wrong with these older projectors. The only problem is that the technology hasn't caught up yet. That's the problem. All those old projectors you see sitting all over eBay, those are gold mines for me. I buy those things up because I know at the end of the day that there's nothing wrong with the projectors. The screen technology hasn't caught up yet. If you look at any one of these old relic projectors I have sitting here right now, I'm pretty sure in their heyday, they were talking about their 1,000 to 1 contrast levels, their 2,000 to 1, their 8-bit wheel. I guarantee you they were talked about as being the most modern technology at that particular time. The sad thing about it is they were dumbed down on a white or gray screen that made the projector, I mean, at that time, they thought it looked fantastic. They didn't even know what they had at the end of the day. Isn't that kind of interesting that the very company that developed this technology, they throw in landfills now, and you find on eBay for pretty much next to nothing because they're cheap, outdated projectors. And all the while, they thought that these projectors were pretty much past their prime when they were just beginning. The sad thing about it is they didn't have the technology to display what the projectors could actually do. That's the sad part. They threw away a perfectly good machine, outdated a perfectly good machine, discontinued a perfectly good machine. Nothing wrong with it. The only sad thing about it is the screens that they put it on were dumbing down the machines. So how much more the newer projectors that they have, still displaying them on the same gray screens, same white screens, dumbing them down. So that right there, 720p, 1080p, 720p. But they'll tell you, hey, you gotta buy this projector. You're gonna need this projector right here. It's better color, better contrast, better this, better blah, 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 blah. No. 720p projectors look absolutely incredible. You really don't have to spend the money if you don't want to. It's up to you. If you want to do 4K, knock yourself to 4K. You do 1080p, knock yourself out. You have to spend the money. Is it a must? No, it isn't. When people sit there and say that 720p projectors aren't worth your time, no, the problem is the screen is not worth your time. Like I said, because all these projectors in their heyday, when they were costing thousands and thousands of dollars, were displayed on white screens. Sad thing about it is they never saw the true potential of their technology until this comes along. The question you need to ask, sometimes when you deal with somebody with a great product, ask them that the projector that they're using in their demonstration, can you get the same quality using that screen paint if you were using a 720p? And I guarantee if they try to do the demonstration, it'll be in the dark. So, gentlemen, if I wanted to make your life rough for you, I can make this a challenge for you today. You wouldn't pass it. But I got other things to do. I don't have time. See that black level right there? But you're not going to do. It's not. So it's a waste of my time. And the reason why it's a waste of my time, because I said before, there's no point. They're never going to do the demonstrations. There's no point in putting rules and regulations. They're never going to do it because they can't do it. So what's the point of me wasting my time? I can spend that time doing something else, like displaying on my screens in a fully lit environment in a max out zone. It be jumping.
Isn't just a company, it's a movement.
WeWork's goal is to elevate the world's consciousness.
We got Fire Stick here. No, we got PC here. This is PC. That's Fire Stick. That's PS4. Outer space screensaver. You can't do this. If I challenge you to do contrast levels in the max zone, your screen would wash out. You couldn't do this. I can go from light to bright to whatever I want. Let me see what I want to do over here. Got space over here, there. I'm going to go over to, as a contrast level for us is pointless. We got black technology. Our screen's going to pull that contrast level regardless. It doesn't make a difference. So wait till this summer comes. I'll challenge you on a 250-inch screen. As I said, you guys want to be brutal. You want to say you do the same thing we do, then you need to match my demonstrations. Stop doing these darkened demonstrations. Match my demonstrations to a T. I want to see meters on the floor. I want to see fully lit environments. I want to see multi-project screens set up. I don't want to see one screen. If you're going to match me, match me. Do the exact same thing I'm doing in my demonstration now. When we go outside, I don't want to see any screens out there lower than 150. That's why we're ordering these giant screens. Nothing out there is going to be 150 inches. Everything's going to be over 150 outside. We want to see wraparound, multiple projectors set up, screens that you can punch images through. If you guys consider yourself, you said you're on my level and I'm a fake. Back it up. I can. You're worrying about one screen. We got 3 screens fired up in here. Wait till the weather gets warm. I'm gonna have all these fired up. Matter of fact, go upstairs. When we get everything set up, we're gonna jump from screen to screen to screen to GoPro. Go outside to the deck. Go to one room, go to another room, jump into that room, come outside. We got the big screens all set up. Man, I'm telling you. If you know what we got working on this summer, if I were y'all, I'd just basically just stay in your corner and mind your business. Because you start seeing them 180-inch, 200 and 300 screens showing up in the backyard, how you going to compete with that? You're sitting there in this apartment, sitting there in this house with these small little screens, and we can display multiple screens anywhere we want. Wait till you see this nightmare right here. You don't even own one of these. See that lens over there? These are for distant throws. We could drop screens back 70 feet and still pick up. That's why each one of these projectors have a certain, these 3 up here are designed for certain things. These are for distant throws. This is why the lenses look interesting on them. That lens right there, I can swap it out for that over there and get a distance throw lens, which we do need for outside too. But once we get outside, we get to go to much bigger screens. In here it's nice, I like it and all, don't get me wrong, but man, to be able to see my screen displayed on a massive 250-inch monster outside, that is going to be sick. That's why we're going to build that stand. We're going to build a customized frame. So the customized frame is going to allow us to be able to attach certain screens with grommets, interchangeable. So in order for you to do a 250-inch screen, do you have any idea how big a screen that is? Mine, this is not 300 inches. This is 250. This screen is going to be over 12 feet. Am I around 12 feet? No, around, because the 300 inches is about 12 feet, 3 inches. It's about 12 feet, 3 inches, about a 300 inch. So we're going to be roughly around probably about 11 feet in that range, somewhere in that area. Hit that screen, about 11 feet. Yep. That's 11 feet high. But I do want to see if we can do a 300-inch screen. If we do a 300 screen, we're about to bring in a short throw. There's no way in the world we have enough room to pull back for 300 inches in that backyard. I'm not going to even make it. I think I got about all the way to the far end of the gate. We got it maybe about 30 feet, maybe. We're going to have to bring in a short throw for that one. Let's see how big, and it's going to have to expand out too. Because if we keep it within the size of where it is, it'll be 4.3. It won't be 16.9. And then we're going to have to do a 235.1 display because my screen all the way across is about 250, 260 across. We can do a 198 inch at 235.1 for a full display all the way across. But we'll have to customize that screen right there. But I do plan to do a full 235.1. Or if we can get rid of the firewood and everything in the back, I got a longer reach from one into the fence. I can build a much bigger screen right there for display. That would be hot though. Can you imagine the whole entire my fence, 235.1 all the way across? Now how sick that will look. That's why I said my mind sits on a different level. All that, no, all that cutting corners and stuff, no, I'm not into that. Mainly, I want to get outside.
Fitness routine too extreme.
Even though we have fun inside, don't get me wrong, but outside we get to build the big monsters, the big screens.
Never hide your Reese's eggs in a basket. I mean, come on. It's the first place you look.
Let's see what we got going over here. If you want to call yourself, you know, my love, you got to do the same thing I'm doing over here. Can't be stuck in some dark corner trying to say, oh, we're doing the same thing. You're not doing the same thing I'm doing. Our videos don't match up. So when we start doing some more demonstrations, we're going to start catering to people that are buying projectors for the first time, showing you where to buy projectors, showing you don't have to spend all the money for the expensive old price projectors. You don't have to calibrate. At the end of the day, you should have to calibrate. Calibrating projectors came in when white screens came in. That's when calibrating projectors. And you don't need to calibrate a projector. We've never calibrated a projector a day in our life. You don't have to calibrate. You don't have to be stuck in dark environments. That's the reason why some people will stay away from a projection screen because they don't want to be trapped in the dark. Like I said, I go to TV forum sites and the first thing they say is, oh, heck no. I don't want to go near a projector. I don't want to pay all this money to be stuck in the dark all day long. Why? I'd rather spend the money for the TV. At least I can turn my lights on. At least I can open up my windows. Don't have to worry about the screen washing out or fading. Yeah, go into a TV site where they do OLEDs and they talk about the OLED TVs or forum sites and bring up the word projection screen. Why don't you guys just get a projection screen? Have a much bigger screen. Oh, heck no. I'm going to spend all this money to sit down and calibrate this crap and I'm stuck in dark environments. Now, I'm not trying to turn my living room into a cave at the end of the day. Every time you turn the lights on, the screen washes out. Can't even produce proper contrast levels. They know that because they have OLED screens in there. So they know if they're watching a contrast level, they're picking up a 1% contrast level. They're not used to seeing black technology. We walk in there with a black screen, they've never even seen a black screen before. Guess what? Well, we can be out in a fully lit environment. We can pull contrast levels, colors. This is our technology against certified screens. We've done against TVs. And this is my screen sitting outside at 150 inches after a snowstorm. What about you? That changes a lot of questions. A lot of questions are going to be answered after that demonstration right there. Where can I buy? How much do you sell it for? Do you ship over here? Do you ship over there? If I paint this 180 inch with a gray screen paint, this thing would wash out outside and not picking up anything outside. Which we'll show you that because we're going to get one of these and paint it gray. We're going to keep one white and we're going to have one black. So the only thing that some people who basically hate black screens could say, well, the screens are so dark you can't even see them. Yeah, interesting. Again, I was making digital 4K crystal onyx before you even existed on YouTube. You didn't even know who I was, and I was developing black technology way before you even knew who I was. So what's your answer to that one? Since black screens come up so dark. If it was working 7 years ago, it's working now. Only difference is we were able to advance it to make it better than what it was. So for a screen paint you sure enough can't see, it's in an environment with 3 projectors going off at the same time, fully lit environment, maxed out meter, and yet the demonstrations you do are in pockets of darkness with overpriced projectors, and your projector's kissing your screen. Let's take a walk around. I like to take a walk around. Now, any other people who make gray screen paint products, we don't care. You know what I mean? Because these are people that don't go in and lie to customers. These individuals, on the other hand, they do lie to customers. Right from the door. I'm sorry. There is no gray screen paint on the face of this planet, not here, not in this universe, or any other alternate universe. And I've made gray screen paint to the point where I basically said I was contracted. You guys never got a contract at all. So I know from the door that your products aren't that good. But let me explain something to you. There's no gray screen paint on the planet that'll produce a contrast level equal to a black screen. Anybody who tells you this is a liar. Now see how it's done, gentlemen? See my light here? You should be able to look right down this screen and see that screen and that screen with no problem.
At Harbor Freight Tools.
When I sit here, I should be able to see this screen, and that screen with no problem.
If that's even a word.
That's how it's done. With light directly hitting the screen at all times. No dark pockets, no dark shadows, none of that nonsense. That's how it's done. I hate fake demonstrations. I hate them. I do. I hate them. Do the demonstration correctly. I can't stand it.
That's pretty much. There are a lot of them. But I went to the
Dad was one of those people. He was straight up military. If you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. Don't waste people's time. Do it right or don't do it at all. Don't mislead people. 2 quarts of paint, you make a freaking 300-inch. I'm never going to get over that. I'm sorry, people. I'm never going to get over that. Noobs. You guys are noobs. You sit back and crack some books. Misleading a lot of people and dumb nonsense. Great screen paint can match up. What's wrong with you? And where do you come up with this stuff? I'm trying to keep this on a Christian level, but you got to think sometimes at the end of the day, where do you get it from? If I sit here and I tell you on camera, hey, look, I'm going to go downstairs to my basement in a Max Out Zone, fire up 3 projectors at the same time, have them all go off at the same time, show contrast levels, colors, 720p, 1080p, and pull off an amazing screen on each one of them. I got to back that up at the end of the day. I just can't run my mouth on that. But you guys come up with this freaking Mickey Mouse cartoon nonsense by saying, oh, I got a screen that can produce black levels equal to... Where's the proof? And then you're misleading people. You got people who are buying projection screens for the first time. These are people I like the most because these are people I get to educate and teach and help them out and show them how to save money at the end of the day. But you jokers, man, you do the most... I can't explain how you people are at the end of the day. You're dealing with customers that are their first time experience with a projector. Their first time experience with a projector setup should be magical. I remember the first time I set up my screen and painted it and everything, got that huge image and everything came out nicely and all. That was the best experience I ever had, just having that massive screen. Spending all day watching everything, cartoons, TV shows, everything looked amazing because I was watching on this giant screen. That first experience that you get. And you guys are basically right from the door, are basically lying right from the door. Right from the door, you're lying. You want to do demonstrations in fully lit environments, but yet on your website you say your product's not ambient light rejection. If your product's not ambient light rejection at the end of the day, then it's not worth the time and money because all the new technology is ambient light rejection technology. So your product is outdated because it's not ambient light rejection. It has to be ambient light rejection. But it can't because gray screens, again, I don't even know how that's supposed to be ambient light rejection because your screen washes out the minute any form of light hits it. Now, one of the things you have to watch out for people that even when they try to back it up, someone try to back it up, they'll go back and get a 720p projector and try to back it. Just look. The picture quality does not look the same as it does on the P2. Did you notice that? So if you go back and you switch back to the Epson projector and says, look, it picks up, it doesn't look the same as the P2. Why? Oh, because the P2 is a more advanced model. That's why. So that means a person who basically uses that 720p projector or something like it, it's not going to get the same picture quality that the P2 is putting out. And if that's the case, that means the P2 is doing all the work and the screen's not. Because if that was the case, the 720p would look incredible next to without the P2. And if you notice here, 1080p, 720p, 720p. When they want to show something really, really good, that comes out like really good content, and they want to show it off the best of their ability, they will go for the crutch projector. We don't use crutch projectors over here. That's why we're advising you to remove your projector today. And from now on, you know who you are. Any one of you jokers that are out there embellishing lies and basically saying your product's doing something it's supposed to do, get that projector out of there and get yourself a 720p. Drop a meter in that environment, max it out. I can do contrast levels all day long, but I choose not to do contrast. So what's the point? It's too easy. It's a black screen.
Cheesy puff are so cheesy, airy, and puffy. How'd you do it?
When you show off a black screen, you're supposed to show off the opposite of what the screen's not supposed to be able to do. And that's the ability to pick up white levels, bright colors. That's what you're supposed to be doing. On a gray screen, you're not supposed to be doing demonstrations on bright colors. You're supposed to be doing demonstration on heavy contrast levels. As in these goldfish with the black background, starfield demonstrations, anything with very little color. An LG Jazz demonstration, no, that's a fail. Black contrast demonstrations only. Because you're supposed to be showing something that the screen does not have the capability of doing. Gray screens are not supposed to be to pick up contrast levels or color. You're supposed to be doing the opposite. Now, if you want to go off and you want to flash a screen with color, like I said, I can paint this. I got a gray screen behind me that'll do the same thing. That's what you're supposed to be doing, the opposite. That's the questions you need to ask. At the end of the day, I'm gonna put a list of questions that people that are buying projectors for the first time, what you need to ask people at the end of the day. Or they're not gonna like the list. Or let's go get. I'm gonna put a list to educate you what you need to ask for, what you need to look for in an environment. When someone's saying that the screens can produce in a well-lit environment, what you need to see. And you should request a meter. And one of the things, the most important thing you need to ask for, and this is all you need. You don't need any 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to ask them, how does their product react to Network Gray SW773? I'll put the link below. You know why? Because that particular color matches just about every gray screen paint you ran across. And like I said, if I was still making gray paint, that stuff would terrify the daylights out of me. It's actually very good. Now, if you notice, if I'm showing off the white levels on my screen, I'm sitting way back here, right? Have you ever seen Mr. Bird get up and get right up on top of the screen and says, look right here. You can see the difference. No, we don't do that. I should be able to see that difference way back here. Because this is where I'm going to be at watching the screen, not sitting up there on top of the screen. First red flag, I said before, if a person has to get up and walk over to a surface to show you the contrast level, that's a #1 red flag.
Helping our environment isn't about doing one big thing.
If I do,
It's about doing a lot.
I want to do Mad Max the Thunderdome outside. That's a good 235.1 setup for a screen. Now, any for you other jokers out there also to complain when you can make my product, like I said, post the ingredients. I'll make it, I'll do it live on camera. And remember, if you call yourself competing against my technology, you have to do more than just show a little tiny screen with an ultra short throw projector. You're going to have to match every single demonstration under a 38 Black Widow to prove that you have the same thing I have over here. Good luck. So that means you're going to have to collect a ton of sample sheets from certified screens, multiple projectors, and yeah, you're going to have to display on some big screens, bigger than those little tiny cookie cutters that you're showing at the end of the day. My goodness. Especially the black paint pour out. And they don't like doing that one. And that's a very difficult one to do. So it just takes time to develop black technology. Y'all thought I was joking. I sat and tell people it takes years to do it, and y'all thought I was joking. I got videos that date back 7 years back. It takes time to do it. Because you could match all my demonstrations, every last one of them live, without making one mistake. That's what you're gonna have to go through. And that's a lot of demonstrations you're gonna have to match. But good luck on that one. I think I'm going to post below the 27 we have already, the 27 we did on everything you could think of that was black against the screen. Oh, let's check this out. Some more bright levels. I don't like to show up too much contrast. The screen's getting black. Like I said, I'm going to show off nice bright levels. LG snowboarding. Now, keep in mind, our Digital One Crystal Screen Paint website that we have up, any one of the screen paints that we have in there, or from my old company, would easily take out your products with no problem whatsoever. And like I said, that products you see in there and that website were contracted overseas with contracts attached to them. So it shows at the end of the day where my old screen paint products lay compared to what they have now, which have no contracts, nothing at all, period. They're not displayed anywhere. They're just what they are is what they are. So, like I said, instead of paying for you to go over and make that stuff over there, it's for free. I post the ingredients because we don't make it anymore. We don't need it. Those are my old ingredients from back in the day. Or, like I said, if you don't want to go through the whole mixing process, if you're going to be going down that road with a gray paint, at the end of the day, just go with Network Gray 773. Like I said, if I had to run into that stuff, oh, thank goodness that stuff wasn't around when I was making paint, because that would have been a nightmare for me. That definitely would have been a nightmare. That stuff, when the minute I pulled it out of the can, I said, oh, this is not good. The minute I pulled it out of the can, I popped that lid, I was like, this is not good. I can tell right there from the door that stuff was going to do, it's going to be good. Now, again, our stuff, we can run over top that stuff like there's no tomorrow. We do it every day. But if you're doing a gray screen paint product, at the end of the day, oh, that is a nightmare for you. That is definitely a nightmare for you. I mean, you can't see contrast in color, but it's cheap. It's $23 a gallon. Red screen. basic red. Red screen. If it can't pick up red, it's not going to pick up anything. Wash out. Remember, we're in the max out zone. We don't have projectors hugging the screen down here, so the distance throw, they're going to have to work for it down here. So if it can't pick up red, it can't pick up anything. So we're going to turn the lights out and lights on and see if that gray screen paint is going to pick up. 720p. 1080p. 5,000 lumens. That's a 5,000 lumen projector hitting the screen. Not picking up, is it? 720p. So, if I'm in here doing any gaming and it requires any reds, blue, greens, black levels come up, this is what my screen's going to come up at 129 inches, 1610 on a 4,000 lumen projector. 4,000, 5,000, 4,000. Doesn't make a difference. You can't see red. Gray screens don't see red. Again, outdated product. Let's take the lights out. We're in the max out zone. You should be the pickup. That should definitely be the pickup with no problem whatsoever. Not picking up. Let's go swap over to the other screens. Upstairs. You're not supposed to be in my workshop. You know better. Not picking up. That's pathetic. That is really, really pathetic. This is why I told you that gray screen products, waste your time. Waste your time, waste your time. Let's go drop it over here, see what we get. Nothing. Doesn't make a difference if you project a 720p, doesn't make a difference. It's 4K, if it's 4,000 lumens, 5,000 lumens, 1,000, it doesn't make a difference. You cannot see red. It's an outdated product. Take this outside, do the same demonstration. It's going to wash out, it's not going to produce. What's your problem? It's just enough of luck, I guess. What's your problem? Is he outside? Is he outside? Now, for those of you who want to sit back and say, well, hey, that's not my product. My product's different. That's Network Gray 773. If your product is different from Network Gray 773, then I would appreciate you proving to everybody on YouTube or anywhere else who's watching this, show me the difference between your product and Network 773. Tell me it does something completely different than what I have here at a gallon at $23. Paint your product right next to that. Stand back. Don't be up on top of the screen, please. And show a difference between night and day. When I say difference between night and day, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a hiccup. I'm not talking about a bump. I'm talking about a difference between night and day. This is what I want to see. And those of you being there buying these products, that's what you want to see. I should be to see the difference between that screen all the way back here, not here. I don't want to see that crap. It's not a test demonstration. Stand back from the screen. This is where you're supposed to be at. See my seat? This is where I sit at. This is where I game at. This is why when I test my screens, I got to be that far back. So if you have to get up and show me that close to a screen to show me the difference, your product is a fail. It's not worth my time. It's not worth anybody else's time at the end of the day. Now, for those people who make other great screen paint products, again, they don't go in and embellish and lie about their products, about quantum and all this other nonsense of diffusions and all that bull crap and all that other crap, and still water and all that bull crap at the end of the day. They don't talk about black screens being able to pull contrast so we get a black. They don't talk that dumb nonsense. You don't need jokers do that nonsense at the end of the day. So your product reacts the same way as Network Grade 773, and it does. If it doesn't, then you should have a demonstration by today showing the difference between the two. You can pick it up at, I think it was Benjamin Moore? Benjamin Moore? It is Benjamin Moore, right? Yes, Benjamin Moore. You pick it up Benjamin Moore. Benjamin Moore. It did the same thing. Other than that, they all react the same way. Let me see what we got going on over here. Pac-Man. Let's see. 4K demonstrations. Ah, Taco Kitty. Running with the speed of 1,000 Taco Kitties. My cat is just around. With the speed of 1,000 Taco Kitties. Taco de Nebio! Man, I gotta open up the door. Whew. Man, this base heat's so quick. 3 projectors running through here. Actually, got 3 over here, 4. And we're at 3. We're doing 3. Longest freaking commercial I've ever seen. Come on, man. Giddy up. Giddy up. Excuse me, I want to have me a little fun real quick. So I got to go upstairs, blast the screen, do a demonstration of that today. And do something that, see all that black level coming up on that screen for Pac-Man? Your gray screen's not going to pick up over there. It's not. It's going to be a complete fail in that section. Let's show you all at the same time while we're coming to the front here. What we got anyway? You want to make sure you're picking up a 100% contrast level and not shades of gray. I can put cartoons over there. Ooh, we got something new. What was new? Oh, what did we get? What did we get? Oh, great goodness, I hate that nose. You guys been watching, just gonna do a little gaming over here. That's why we got those screens running. Gotta be to back your product up at the end of the day. Can't be putting out facing false accusations about your product that ain't true. Gotta be to back it up. Gotta know what you're talking about when you get on camera. The reason why they don't like me, because I know what I'm talking about. Got more experience than both of you combined together. Spent more time working on your own projects and learning how to perfect your craft. Stop hating on the people. Maybe you might have something at the end of the day. I got other things to do today, but I could make this a personal challenge for you today. But as of now, I don't think they're going to swap their projectors out. They got to depend on those projectors. For 1 year? Oh, heck no, they're not going to do that. That's too much. They got to depend on those projectors to make their screen paint look good. I've already got a projector sitting up in my ceiling right now, way below. And that's going to be there for more than a year. So I don't know how in the world you guys can't do it, unless you got exactly you need them projectors. If that's the case, and you just told your customers they got to spend a lot of money for a machine to make that picture look exactly like you're doing in your demonstration. Years go by fast, don't worry about it. Go right fast. Woo! Gimme. Ah, back. There we go. Woo! There we go. Oh! Okay, I thought he got me. How dare you? Now, if you understand, it's not to be rude or anything. It's, you know, I get tired of people from time to time. They want to constantly talk trash about my work. You know, and we give them challenges, then the first thing they want to do, they want to back down. They don't want to be bothered with it then. And that's what it comes down to. A lot of jealousy. Like right now, this simple, I told you, my simple, basic demonstration that I do would be a challenge for you guys every day. You can't do this. What's the remote control for that one? Look, this, I guarantee you'll figure out some fake corner cut demonstration and say, look, I'm doing, you know, you're not doing the same thing. You're not. That's why when we give them a lot of challenges, we take them outside. You know why? They can't cheat outside. You can't cheat. There's no walls, doors, windows, nothing out there. You can't cheat. That's why when you see us giving challenges, we take them outside. There's nothing to cheat. They will find every and any way possible to cheat in a demonstration and figure out how they can cut corners. You know darn well your environment don't look like this. You know that. You already know that. But they'll figure out some way to cheat. Have a big old bookcase leaning up against windows and door open up on this side. Clearly it's not showing any light passing down here at all whatsoever. If I'm doing a demonstration involving a door, my screen is going to be in direct contact with the door. Not sitting here where we got light coming from the door and it stops at the bookcase and all this is all dark down here. Corners are dark, can't make out objects. You got to lean over stuff to go, oh, see, you see it right there. Everything's all cast in shadows. You see how I can lean over to see the remote control? So everything is all well lit. There's no shadows, nothing here at all, period. Everything is all well lit. That's how it's supposed to be. That's not passable. But then again, like I said, y'all cheating demonstrations. I don't know what y'all consider to be passable. Poor demonstrations, poorly done demonstrations. Good gracious, man. I mean, I guess you got no morals anyway, so it don't make no difference. It's supposed to be in a fully lit environment. And it's a shame because the consumer who's buying for the first time, they may be trusting you, you're misleading them. You are definitely misleading them. You know darn well that environment's not well lit. Got cookie cutter screens sitting under fireplaces talking about ambient light control. You lost your mind at the end of the day. That condensed lighting is not making any contact with that screen whatsoever. Not even 120 inch that you got tucked away in that little corner that you built to tuck that screen into. It's got a bit of a lip from the top to the bottom where the window light can't even hit it. And then your shades on top of that are a light, but there's no light passing through this around the corners maybe. Maybe it gives off that illumination that maybe that the screen's producing some light. No, it's not. Poorly done demonstrations. But if you guys want to challenge at the end of the day, I'll give you one. I'll definitely give you one. I'll give you a 180-inch screen, no more, no less. If you claim yourself being on my level, then guess what? You should be the producer on the same size screen I'm doing too also, in the same projector. Go to eBay, go buy my projector, go get yourself a 180-inch screen, string it up, and I'll see you outside. Other than that, keep your mouth shut. When people say, oh, you're Christians, hey, at the end of the day in the Bible, Christians can be upset and they can be bothered too at the end of the day. And they get tired of the nonsense too at the end of the day too. We're humans. We're not machines at the end of the day. But if you guys, next time you guys bring your mouth and you want to talk trash, I'm going to give you a challenge. And if you don't do it at the end of the day, I'm going to embarrass you on it. I don't care if you get mad or complain. I'm already embarrassed you on that whole 2 quarts of, oh my goodness, Mickey Mouse math at the end of the day. You don't know what you're talking about, 2 quarts of paint. Oh. My goodness. That's one of those things where you look at it and you take your fingers and you rub your nose and you look up in the sky and you go, good gracious, you have got to be kidding me. I think I might do a lot. Go to Home Depot and ask somebody about that and have them laugh on camera and just post it. Now I'm thinking about doing that. Going to Home Depot and say, hey, look, let me ask you a question, man. Somebody tell me you can take 2 quarts of paint and just show you how stupid that is to say something and then post it to your website. Because anytime you post something to your website, that's going to be fact. You're going to, anybody with common sense is not going to believe that. But next time you guys want to talk about doing demonstrations, I don't want to hear any more of this, oh, well, here you can see the remote control and so on. This not. No, not that bull crap. Because I saw when you were just pointing at the same wall over and over again that was well lit here. But did you realize when you were turning your projector screen, your camera around, this whole area was dark all along here? So this is what we're going to do. Anytime you guys want to criticize any of my videos, do the exact same video. Same projectors, same setup. If you ain't got enough room, keep your mouth shut at the end of the day. If you ain't got the room to support 150 inch, 140 inch in your home, then guess what? You shouldn't be ridiculing my work. If you can't do the exact same thing, I don't want to see it. If I'm doing a 140 inch screen, then I expect for you to do the same demonstration on a 140 inch screen. If I'm doing it on 150, I expect 150. If I'm doing 180, I expect 180. If I'm doing a 176, 235.1, I expect the same thing. Same projector, same make, same model, do the same thing. And I want to see it in a fully lit environment. And I guarantee you, that's the last we hear that nonsense. Because they'll go back to the same ultra short throw projector and ridicule my work and say, look, no. On top of that too, yeah, you got to get rid of them overpriced projectors. Get rid of that stuff. Where we at on this video? Over here. Yeah, get rid of them them crutch projectors. I got a video of me basically taking down my 5,000 lumen and replacing it for the 720p. Which actually, that's it right there. That's the projector that was sitting in my living room. It's not even no more. I got a 720p in there now. But from now on, if you guys want to sit there and you want to ridicule based about my videos and stuff like that, which I find kind of interesting because you guys are sitting in the dark while I'm in these fully lit environments ridiculing my work. From now on, if you call yourself challenging myself, have the same projector, have the same size screen. Let's go. Show me what gray screen paint can do. Because I'm going to tell you people firsthand, if you're buying products for the first time, as I said before, we've had gray screen paints from Manny here. And the gray screen paint products, like I said, are a waste of your time. All you're doing is priming your screen for my stuff. That's all you're doing. That's pretty much it. Woo, extra. But if you're going to call yourself online, do my demonstrations, do the same size screen too. You know, it's interesting. While I'm doing this demonstration, I'm actually walking back and forth across my screen. Because this stuff is designed not to crack or peel. All right, what time we got? We're way past time. What's it going to be on tonight for the zombies? Yeah, that's basically about it. You know, if you're going to be ridiculing my stuff, you know what I mean? Just do the same size screen. That's 100. I put my post my sizes. That's 129. What size is this anyway? I don't think I ever measured this screen out. Oh, it's actually still bigger than I thought. That's 94. I got 94 on that one. All right, cool. My portrait mode screen is around 100 inches, 1610. That's the side of my portrait mode. This is how we're going to do it now. You know, I guess I'm not paying you guys any mind because, like I said, our stuff dominates your stuff anyway, so we don't care. But since you guys are so concerned about what I do over here, from now on, anytime you mimic one of my screens in any one of my demonstrations, I want to see the exact same screen done on yours with your product. You know, I don't want to hear, well, I ain't got the room for it. Well, you better make room. Let's go. I want the exact same demonstration done the same way. Oh, come on, trigger off. Oh, wrong button. Why do I think the left button is always the right, but the right's always the other one? Back to the black zone. Do 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 do. Did we update yesterday? I think we did update. Let me see. We updated, right? On the machine. Yeah, we did update. We did update. I'm not going to go into hybrid mode because I need to basically be able to activate this again. I might do some gaming of this. I think tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to do, let's see how we're going to set it. We're going to do PC gaming of 2 units because I got a PC game on that one. So I'm going to PC game off this one. That one, this is going to be portrait. We're going to do gaming on this one, gaming on this one, and gaming off this one right here. And, oh, you know what? No. Let's have some fun here. Let's do Pac-Man off the floor. We haven't done that one yet. We always displayed something. Let's do some Pac-Man off the floor. That would be pretty cool. Oh, I got a game I'm going to buy. Basically, I can't think of the name of it, but basically it's a bird's eye view game. It is going to be sick. We're going to do that off the floor tonight. I'm going to buy the game tonight, download it, and that's what we're going to play tonight off the ground. That's what we're definitely going to be doing. I'm definitely going to be doing a backyard tabletop screen. It's going to be a little short to the ground, like that big, so we can sit up high and game off it. It's going to be a huge screen. We're going to do that for outside display. So we got a lot of screens to build outside. We're going to build probably all together. They're not going to be all outside. These screens we can take apart. Some can take apart. Some are going to be foldable. They're going to be compact screens. But all together, we're going to talk about maybe about a good maybe 10, 15 screens we're going to be building for the backyard. Now, we can display these if you want all in once, or we can take them down and we show you how to take screens down, break them down, and how to make them so you can make them foldable. You know, your frames to make your frames foldable and compact so you can put your grommets up there later on. So we're going to be showing you a lot of blueprints on how to build a whole lot of screens or different frames and stuff. Some people use PVC, other people use different things for grommet screens. We're going to show you how to make them out of wood. We're going to use treated wood from the door, and we're going to show you how these screens you can make them, how you can make them collapse within themselves, so that way you don't have this giant bulky frame in your backyard. You can fold it up somewhere nice, throw something over top of it, and it's gone. So we'll show you how to do that. We're probably going to do some lead light tests. We're going to have to do those. Because I bought weatherproof LED lights for upstairs, and man, I had a bad experience with these lights that I bought. Now, number one, they didn't last that long. They shut off on me, so they didn't work. I only got about a couple weeks out of them. And then when I went to go pull them up, they ripped right in half, which means they got brittle real quick in the cold weather. So I'm going to be testing some LED lights out too in the backyard, and also too for our customers. Because like I said, those packages that we got now, these are going to be summer packages. They're going to come with these massive giant screens. This is actually one that's the 180 inch right here. And this is going to come with a brick of light. So this is probably going to need 2 bricks of weatherproof lights. Depends on how many we get in the brick. If we get 2 reels, then we're going to have to send 2 boxes. If we get a box that comes with 4, then we only send 1 to you. So it depends on, we're going to have to string up and find out if they're going to stretch all the way across. Can you believe that I painted this entire screen with 48 ounces of paint? Yes, sirree. Unlike the others, I can back it up. So I got the video of me actually painting this screen with 48 ounces of paint. I'm still surprised over that. Really surprised over that. Yeah, you gotta be to back it up. Let me see. All right, so let me get this all down. I want to have some cereal for today. And yeah, because that's the end of it. We ain't gonna talk about these jokers anymore. Sometimes they got to be put on blast from time to time so they can remember exactly where they stand at the end of the day. You know, so we're gonna get back. We got things to do. We don't mention them as it is, but we're just gonna basically just go about what things we got to do at the end of the day. Because I got projects to build. I got customers I'm helping out with different projects here and there. And we ain't got time to keep going back to these individuals that got nothing better to do but hate all day long. But the next time you jokers want to basically ridicule one of my videos and carry on act up, next time have the same size screen. Do the exact same thing I'm doing in my demonstrations. See what I mean? Because I'll give you a challenge outside that I guarantee you, at the end of the day, that will embarrass you. I will. If you want me to embarrass you, I will embarrass you. If you want, we can go outside. And I'll grab, a matter of fact, I grabbed the 180 inch, and we can give you a challenge. I'll post your names right up there. And I'll say, let's take it outside. Let's do the demonstration. I have no problem with displaying white levels all day long. You have to display contrast levels. So run your mouth again. But as for that swap out, we are asking for that swap out today. To swap out, we want them to remove their projectors. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I think they're misleading their customers. Come on now. There's no way in the world you're going to be able to get that same image that they're producing using a high power projector. And that's one thing I don't like about the big companies. Big companies always do this. They always bring these high powered, freaking ridiculous projectors and go, ooh, look at the screen. Look how amazing it looks. Come on, man. You got a freaking car payment sitting there next to your freaking screen at the end of the day, or literally a car. And you mean to tell me that that's going to look the same as what I got home? Oh, that's not going to work at all, period. No. Y'all set the bar way too high. You start off with a low-end projector like one of these. Any one of these projectors my customers can afford at the end of the day. And you don't have to have the whopping $500 1080p projector because we had a 720p running right there and a 720p running right there. That's $180 on eBay right now, or $179 on eBay. That's $270, $230 right there. But in your demonstrations, you look at your projector, $3,000, $3,300 projector sitting there. So how is your customers relating to that at the end of the day? They're not. You do the same exact thing as the big companies do. As in Screen Innovation with that $50,000 coffee table projector. So let me get this straight. Your projector is 10,000 lumens. Let me get this straight, people. 10,000 lumens. Laser 4K projector. Ultra short though coffee table. Price tag when that thing came out was $50,000. You have literally bought a car. And that's all people were talking about. When I was watching the demonstration they were doing, they're like, how much is a projector? Somebody came back and said 50 grand. Oh, heck no. Okay, I am going to spray my screen. I got to come back here and I got to do a demonstration off that one too also. And I got to get some orders out for today. I'm so happy. Postman took the order yesterday. I was so happy about that. I had to contact my sister too. She's a twin of her husband down here working. That's a long story. All right, got to go and God bless. Oh, man. Yeah.